What's going on, guys? Marik here, back with another riveting update video. So we're not going to have a whole lot on screen, so you can always just, tab over and do something fun while you're listening to me yammer on. We'll have a few things up, kind of, about the things we're discussing, but for the most part, it's just some things to say, but not a whole lot to show, just because I don't want to spoil you. I don't like spoilers, and I don't want to do that to you guys either. So, do you care? Maybe, maybe not, but that's just how I'm going to roll with it. First, I want to start with the biggest news, which I was actually going to save for last, but let's go ahead and get just right out the gate the exciting shit. Brand new project coming. Looking to start making this content this month because, it's now officially August. Um, it's not going to be so much scheduled. I will attempt to have it scheduled because I would like for it to come out pretty consistently. But it's going to depend on how much the people we are collaborating this with are able to be there to make said content. Because this requires multiple people. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of editing work for me, but that's okay because I enjoy it as long as I can get it done in a timely manner. And honestly, it still probably won't be as much editing as Battle Buddies. So, really excited for this new project. I've heard you guys loud and clear on different platforms as well that you guys want more Pokemon content. We're gonna be bringing it, I promise you. I have ideas, I just don't know which ones I want to do first. I do want to get back to Radical Red. I had a very brief little, I don't know if you want to call it a conversation because it was so brief, but with the creator of Radical Red, and even though there is a new version out, he said, and he sent me the directions, I'll have to find them. I may have to just ask him again. But there is a way to transport my play file from Radical Red over to the updated version. I have no idea what's updated. I'm assuming we want to update, but I do want to get back to Radical Red because I don't like leaving projects unfinished. Looking at you, Lasso. So that's definitely one thing I want to get back to. I had no intention of even mentioning that, but since we're on the subject of Pokemon, I may as well. I do have some other stuff that I want to bring to the table, but again, I'm going to have to see what order I want to do it, because I don't want to bring 8 different Pokemon contents. I mean, you guys might enjoy that. I don't think even I could keep up with that. You guys also said you wanted more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. There is more Yu-Gi-Oh coming. There was supposed to be some coming when I asked you guys initially, but some stuff happened. There were some complications. But we'll be finishing up Eternal Duelist Soul within the next couple weeks. We've only got 4 more duelists to battle against. And then we've got potentially, I don't know if I can run them simultaneously with the new project going, but 2 other Yu-Gi-Oh projects minimum. Then we've got the discussion type videos that I asked you guys about, you guys were interested in. I could give you details on those. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll give you guys a little bit of details. I don't want to really go into exactly what they are. But there's some that's Pokemon related, there's some Yu-Gi-Oh related, there's some Halo related, some Star Wars related, some Dragon Ball related. Some of it's game discussion, some of it's the anime discussion, some of it's lore, some of it's for the moment I'm labeling it a what if series, although I don't necessarily know that it would classify as a what if, because it's not, it's complicated. You guys will understand once it comes out. You'll understand. It started with an idea I had for Dragon Ball, and then of course it expands into other media topics as well. But when it branches out from the original idea, it becomes kind of something different. it'll it'll make more sense once we start rolling with those videos. These are ideas I've had forever, and I've just not gotten around to doing them. But I've really gotten the drive to do these particular kinds of videos. They're It's kind of like this video. The audio, super easy. I just have to talk about what I want to talk about, but then I have to go back and edit in the stuff that I'm talking about, so you actually have something to see, so that there's something to see to go with what you hear, to make it a cohesive video story, if that makes sense. Gonna have some other random videos, just kind of some one-offs here and there. If they get attention, great. If they don't, also whatever. I do have other stuff. It's the stuff I've said I've been working on for a while, and while I am kind of still working on those, because some of those aren't entirely plausible at the moment, they're kind of on the back burner. They're not canceled ideas. I haven't given up on them, but their spot on the priority list is pretty low. Otherwise, the last thing I think I have to really discuss is just stream changes. We've, of course, we were streaming for a while pretty consistently, and then some stuff happened, and we kind of had some major life-changing events happen all at once, between getting officially married, best friend getting his big promotion, so just kind of a lot of stuff kind of got in the way of keeping up with that. I do want to get back to it. The last couple Halo streams we've had, with me doing Battle Buddies with Justin, has been great. We've had better retention, bigger audience. We actually had, conversations with people again. It felt great. I don't know how long it'll take for us to get back to where we were a couple years ago, where we were streaming every single night on the dot. We didn't miss a day. We weren't late most of the time. And, sometimes we'd have like 20 or so viewers on a stream night, and that was crazy. We'll get back to that eventually. But the two biggest changes is, because back then I was just Twitch, I believe. And then, as I've kind of tried to get back into streaming, after the hiatus, I've kind of tested the waters going back and forth between YouTube and Twitch. Some people don't want to go to Twitch. Some people don't want to go to YouTube. And it's like, what's the solution there? And I may have it. I may possibly have the solution to be able to stream to both platforms simultaneously, but I don't know if it'll work. It's an idea I've had that I've wanted to test out for a while now. I just haven't given myself the time to do it. But I really want to try it this week and see how that works. And if that works, I'll implement it as we start streaming. The other thing is, I know people like to have a schedule. I myself like to have a schedule because, one, it lets me know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. If it's my upload schedule, I know what I'm supposed to be uploading on what days. If it's a stream schedule, I know I'm supposed to be streaming on what days. But it's kind of gotten to the point where it's a little monotonous, and while I still care somewhat, I feel like it matters for certain things more than others. The biggest things being really what I enjoy the most. Battle Buddies is one of those things because, me and, I've childhood friend, we've played, we play all the time, and, we've got content backed up for a little bit. So what you watch, say, Tuesday, when Tuesday's episode comes out, is not something that happened in the past week. It's not like a year old, but it's not something we recorded in the past week. Battle Buddies is always going to stay, and it'll probably always stay kind of a scheduled thing, unless we really decide to move to more than 2 times a week, but the editing for that does take a little bit of time. If I had a little less chaos in my house, I could uh, get the editing done a little easier, or if I decided to just stay up late every single night, but I hate staying up till 4 or 5 in the morning editing. So, um, the upload schedule will kind of be a schedule, but it'll be a little bit loose of a schedule. So certain series will be, like I said, Battle Buddies, Tuesdays and Fridays. Liquid Crystal right now is Wednesday and Saturday. And the brand new project I want to work on, if I can, it'll be scheduled certain days, a certain number of times each week. But if not, everything else is going to be just when I get it and when I upload it. It's a little less stress on me, and it doesn't so much put me on such a timetable, especially with all the stuff I do want to work on. And there will be some of these discussion videos that are going to come out like back to back to back to back, day after day after day, and then we might have a few days where we don't have anything, or it might jump from that complete, a conversation of 4 or 5 videos long, and then jump into another topic for the next one. So, as far as stream schedule goes, I loved the idea because I did want to play, all the different things. But I think I'm going to change that. I think what I want to do is I want to just stream one thing start to finish and then play the next one and play the next one. It's a little less variety, but it feels like it's a little, not that I can't keep up with it, because again, I can just look and be like, okay, it's Monday, I'm supposed to stream Assassin's Creed, cool. Tuesday, I'm going to stream KOTOR, cool. But it's like, I also feel like it's going to take 5 million years to get through some of those, especially KOTOR 2. So, what I think I want to do right now, for example, this video is already longer than I wanted it to be, and it's actually one of our shorter videos. I want to finish Assassin's Creed. I want to finish Assassin's Creed 1. And then I think what I'm going to do is finish Assassin's Creed 1, go back to KOTOR 2, and probably stream nothing but KOTOR 2. For the most part, I had the idea to get back into doing some shiny hunt streams, more just because I wanted the shiny hunt. I actually did a shiny hunt just in my free time recently, and caught a shiny Vulpix, so I was super fucking happy about that. I've not yet evolved it yet, and I really need to, because shiny Ninetales is one of my all-time favorite shinies, and Vulpix and Ninetales are one of my favorite Pokemon anyways. So that's something. But for the most part, I just want to stick to one, maybe 2 things. Obviously, I stream the Battle Buddy stuff. I used to just record it. And then I started streaming it because some people would, show up to watch it. But then that streamed footage ends up getting put in the videos. It gets edited, chopped up, and then you get to see the finished product on the channel. And you'll get to see both perspectives. You get the overlays. You get, whatever stupid edits I decide to add to videos. But that's kind of just a random whenever we find time to play, because between my current life and then his with his new promotion and all that stuff, it's like we just play when we can, or whenever like he's just had a really fucking bad time and it's like, hey, I need to vent, and I'm like, I got you, what time? And that's just kind of what we do. So that'll just be whenever, but for the most part we'll probably just stick to trying to stream one thing at a time until we finish. It means we will, depending on, because I want to play different things, and I have a list, and I mean, it's kind of extensive, but on the one hand, it's like, if I stuck with the scheduled thing, how long is it going to take us to get through all the Assassin's Creed games if we're just playing them on Mondays? But at the same time, with me playing other things, how long is it going to take before I get back to Assassin's Creed to start going through them, to get through all of them again? Because, so, I really don't want to make this any longer, but like, I love Assassin's Creed. I've not played all the games. games. I have the first game, I have the second game, I have Brotherhood, I have Revelations, I think I have 3 as well. But after that, I kind of like stopped. I don't want to say I lost interest, but for lack of better terms, I think I did for a little while. And then Assassin's Creed Origins was huge, at least for me, because I love ancient Egypt stuff. I love Egyptian mythology. I was big on Egypt stuff. I think actually before Yu-Gi-Oh came out, because I want to say Yu-Gi-Oh came out when I was in 6th grade, and I started learning about that kind of stuff in 6th grade, so it may have actually just been right around the same time, just to make it so perfect. But so I played the shit out of that game. I've got my playthrough of it on the channel, and I went through every single square centimeter on that fucking map and uncovered everything. It was a fun ass game. I don't know that we'll do that by the time we get there, but there's so many other games to play in between then that's so far gone to even think about. But that kind of covers everything. Yeah, we made this video a little longer than I wanted, but at the same time, it's still relatively short, maybe. I might chop it down a little bit, see what we got. But that should answer any questions anyone might have. Should explain everything I have going, why there's been some changes, and why we'll get a bunch of uploads consistently, and then a few days there's not, and then there is, and it's just what it is. As things go, we'll have it uploaded. Some of it's going to take a little longer than others, but for the most part, we're just branching out, and I'm just doing what I want to do. If I was so much worried about views and all that, I'd be doing things that I used to do that I no longer do because they make me miserable. So, with that though, if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit us up in the comments, and I'll answer them. I always try to answer and reply back to every single comment on videos. But for the most part, that should cover everything. We'll see how you guys enjoy the new content, and hopefully you do, because we got a lot of it coming, and one way or another, it's coming. With that, though, we're going to go ahead and get the frig out of here, and we'll see you guys in the next video.